Alright, we got the light on. This is 5/10/18. You can see it's going towards evening. We've had to take my friend in for cancer treatment, broken arm. We're in our 70s. And for years these fools have been falsely prosecuting us. So I'm going to here today because tomorrow I'm going into court with these people with new false charges with perjured information without even showing me the charges, knowing what I'm dealing with emails you're going to be able to see on fraudbuster.org and the videos of George Bazzetti -YouTube. All the criminal actions they've been doing, how they've taken my health care. At 70, I've been refused health care for 5 years now. You can go see the documents at fraudbuster.org under medical, where they spent $38,000 at Platinum Care, Olympic Hospital, and Cedars-Sinai to have over 10 vicious cops like you see in prison TV run into a medical room where I think I'm there just to have medical treatment for serious conditions, which I really do have, and strap me down for a day and a half, and they only waited because they thought I would have an embolism, and they listed me as encephalopathic, psychotic, and manic, and I was a danger to myself and others. Of course, when they strapped me down, I was talking to my friend on the phone. Yeah. So anyway, the reason this is happening is because I'm a real civil rights leader, former director of policy for the Congress of Racial Equality of California, which is 117 years of real civil rights and human rights. Fort California was founded by Celeste King III, the most famous Tuskegee Airman, Army Air Force General, advisor to, as a black man, get this, Eisenhower, Nixon, and Reagan, and his wife was United States, United Nations representative for women for 8 years around the world. Martin Luther King Boulevard is named that because of him. And the King family, as far as I know, to this day puts on the largest MLK Day parade, that parade in Los Angeles, advertised nationally. However, Celeste King IV and I were California for over 6 years, and we were together for 8 years. Unfortunately, everybody knew he had a serious heart condition. He had a real, heavy personality. He had a big box of drugs, and he died on the table. Well, everybody knows now that he should have had a heart operation a long time ago. And our friend Walter Waddles Richardson died from 3 heart attacks after to stop him on the $2.8 billion lawsuit. His son's head was blown off, and they won't solve that assassination to this day. I have personally. I'm the only person to ever have LA Unified audited by the state auditor in 1997. That's our California State Auditor. October 1997, 96121 is the audit for teachers being falsely charged for whistleblowing with child abuse, okay? Teachers falsely charged with child abuse for whistleblowing, to make it clear. And principals stealing student interest funds. Oh, LA Unified is happy for that, with me for that. And the former temporary superintendent, Vivian Etchian, guess who, and David Holmquist, general counsel, guess who are the chief people behind that? Now let's start going to some really serious stuff. Well, first, a little bit more. 45 years ago, I was trained by 4 attorneys who want homicides. One a cop killer. I used to stay at his house on weekends. They wanted to train me. They saw some potential. Boy, were they right. I've really needed it. And others I've trained also, including in your jails. and how you do law properly. Is anyone please listening? Especially you, stupid Sarah and Tazi. And Mike Fuhrer, you idiot. And Jason Lacey, you crook. And Chief Beck. And Mr. Sobroff. And the police commission. Yes, you guys. Hey people, go to fraudbuster.org and George Bazzetti YouTube and go watch the 5/5/15 police commission meetings. Fake audio and real audio. Because on the fake audio one that I downloaded the day after that meeting, go to minute 23:17 and you don't hear George Bazzetti. You hear an LA City Council meeting that you can ID at minute 22:10. Listen to Mr. Cedillo, now Mr. Koretz. That's LA City Council. They weren't there. That was an LA City Council function. 3 months later, they figure out I got it loaded up. They take that one down and put up the one with the real audio. There can't be two. That's a PC-132. A felony with no statute of limitations to change or erase a government document. That's blatant. It's on video. Are you watching all the TV shows, including Fox? Video's the best evidence you can have. And where's the rule of law? They've been doing this to me for 5 years. So what we're going to talk about tonight is who has mens rea for what before I walk into a court in which my attorney will not respond to me and even tell me what's going to happen, whether I'll go to jail or not. Now, my blood pressure and blood sugar, because of the stress from these guys over 5 years, and now these new charges after I was supposed to be free, are changing 60 to 80 points a day. I'm going to die. Well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to go die and be proud of myself and my parents. Not my brothers and sisters and my son, who all said, you're innocent, now die. Die, fucker, die, okay? No, not for them. My parents, my teachers, who taught me ethics, who taught me how to think, how to not cheat, how to play by the rules and play hard, and fight for what's right. And don't give up. Stick to your guns if you are correct. So, what we're going to lay out here is total corruption. We started with Chief Beck and the police commission. Sobroff was head of the police commission then. They put in a guy from a Century City entertainment firm. Why? Who knows? Except it's totally corrupt. And now Sobroff is back in again to allow the police killing. Because what else I've found in this adventure is a 2003 Department of Justice agreement called Cooperative Agreement Number 2003-HS-WX-K040. Almost everybody remembers the Rampart scandal with the LAPD in 1999, and then the 2001 DOJ agreement to prevent LAPD from going to trial, and then losing big, okay? That's why you do agreements. You control the damage. So there's a 2001 agreement that includes internal affairs. Everybody's upset about all these people being killed across the country, right? Boy, especially me now. So, nobody follows the internal affairs for 2 years. LAPD or anywhere. Everybody knows what's going on. There's a DOJ agreement. So the DOJ and a 15 to 20 police departments across the United States and one in Canada and Australia joined together in an international, national, not just local with LAPD, agreement, the number I just gave you, on internal affairs. This is in 2003, signed to be implemented. Assisted in being written by Seattle police. You know, the ones that just killed the pregnant lady? Oh yeah, against this agreement. Oh, the one that they helped write, okay? So the Guardian found, as we all know, from the records that they could get their hands on, that about 1,100 people a year were dying at the hands of police, either in custody or on the street without a weapon in their hands. In 2000, Congress passed a law for all these police across the country to start giving the DOJ these numbers. Well, naturally, the DOJ and these police departments go, Congress, you just do whatever y'all want. We don't really care. Screw you, we're not going to give you nothing. Till 2013 for 10 years. Now, I have the numbers that they have from before. They didn't just eliminate, they just didn't get the numbers, the real numbers. All of a sudden now, with the 2 years that they had, it's 1,900 a year. 13 times 1,900, it's 24,700 or whatever, okay? I mean, we're counting bodies. It's kind of like Auschwitz. We watch a lot of Hitler stuff because it's just like that. Yeah, that's who we really are. We're fooling ourselves, actually. The way we treat people, it's outrageous. We're only 27 on a free press after all. Or did we fall to 45? I forgot, because we're so bad. But look at these jokers in office. But see, this is supposed to be the progressive world out here. We're supposed to care about civil rights and the law. So this DOJ agreement isn't done. I find it, and I've been to everybody across the country, including to Vanita Gupta, former head of DOJ, Office of Civil Rights. You see her on TV? She's a bigwig now. All this civil rights stuff, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, all these Americans for Justice and Freedom, all these people, whatever they are, okay? Why don't they do the work? Can anybody read is what I really ask. So people call me encephalopathic, psychotic, manic. That's on the medical side. You can go see it at Fraudbuster under medical. Cedars-Sinai Olympic Hospital, no shit. Ooh, what do you think they owe me for that, huh, peeps? Besides the criminal charges. And since I'm 70, here's a little offer, y'all. Okay, you so-called lawyers. And all these systems. That's LADA. Illegally prosecuted misdemeanors against Section 271 of the 2009 City Charter. When those misdemeanors are considered are committed, or said to be committed, inside the boundaries of the city of LA. As mine were. Illegal since 1915, and by Section 271 of the 2009 City Charter to make sure you got it playing. Then we have the LA Times article. U.S. judges see epidemic of prosecutorial misconduct in the state of California by Kamala Harris. Because she's allowing all the DAs across the state of California to falsely charge people with felonies, yet the DAs and the police know they did not commit. Now, what did the Ninth Circuit Court do after they stepped out into the LA Times? Well, Kamala Harris went in just before her election and went, oh gee, how about if I forget this one case? Oh gee, can you forget the rest of these? Federal Ninth Circuit Court says yes. And I've been to them about this, and they say, oh, not our business now, okay? I got the letters, I got the emails, I got the shit. Are we getting serious yet, people? Now, there's thousands of people being illegally prosecuted because I've been in this mess for 10 years, and I'm a civil rights leader. And when I was in the Twin Towers the first time, a man is dying from diabetic shock. I catch him falling as his eyes are folded back in his head. While the sheriffs and medical are yelling at me to let the man die. And while they're yelling at me to let the man die, I drag him over 4 benches and 100 feet to medical. And they're yelling at me while I'm dropping him in the chair. And later I saw him in a wheelchair, and it was so cool. He had a smile across his face, and he was alive, not dead. And later some stupid sheriff decides he's going to show the black and brown brothers how he can trash a white boy, right? So this dude says, big old bear, I seen you here before, and I'll see you a bunch more times again. And I look at him and go, hey bud, I think your brain circuits are fried. You see me on TV. All of a sudden you see his mouth go, just like that. Oh, I fucked up. And about 20 to 30 young gangsters in the cage all at once, like rehearsing for a movie. All at once say, we've seen Santa Claus on TV too. Ooh, you should have seen what happened then. That was really funny. So, you go and see all my records up there at fraudbuster.org and see that from day one, I've been charged with perjured testimony by Tamar Galotson, Barbara Jones, LA Unified, David Holmquist, every board member and everyone, because they have to deal with this for 5 years plus in closed session by law. Is that not right, Mr. Holmquist? And Mr. Jefferson Crane, who sent me the letter from LA Unified saying it's cool for you to come in PowerPoint, and the day I show up with my computer to PowerPoint and it's up at your desk, you have your person come up and hack my computer on video. You can all watch it at Fraudbuster and George Pizzetti YouTube and at LA Unified. It's really that funny, people. And what happens? Oh, Jaime Aquino. Remember that guy had iPads? With Tamar Galotson. Well, Jaime's sitting there with Michelle King, who just retired from a cancer, whatever, from being superintendent, and they're getting in my face telling that guy to finish the hacking job. And I get kicked out. And then watch the meeting after that when they deny that it even happens when it's all videoed. Does this remind you of Trump? And Pence? And all those jokers? Did you watch nightly? Like Sarah B. Huckabee Sanders? I mean, we're becoming a joke, people. So I've been charged with these charges of 653M. That is, they say in December of 2013, I purposely, with all of this stuff on them, buying all these billions of dollars of iPads at $1,500 to $2,500 each. Oh yeah, I got that stuff. Because I got Jaime Aquino's PowerPoint, people, huh? You can go see it at Fraudbuster, huh? Go see the lies. He said we'll do it for $200 each, and within a month they paid $1,500 each. And within 6 months after that, they paid $2,500 each for a stupid iPad. The ones they use in India are $40. They're educating the whole country on it. And they got one coming down for $25, so I don't know what the hell we're doing. Because those little iPads, they got nothing in them. What, that 35 gigs of memory? That's garbage. They can't do nothing. So for 5 years, I've been charged with 653M, which is threatening and harassing phone calls to Tamar Galotson. I'm going to load up all the audio so you can listen to it. It's full disclosure here. Oh, and speaking of full disclosure, go over to fulldisclosure.net. And naturally, LA Unified wouldn't have any mens rea or intent to hurt George Pizzetti, since he's the only one to have them audited. I organized shutting down Belmont and brought in all the science and stuff and organized putting that all together so it's unified. organized shutting down Measure J for $300 billion at MTA. And the judge tomorrow worked for who? Oh, Melvin Mars involved in what? Okay? That's a PC 170.6, people, recusing a judge for cause. Okay, go read it, please. We'll be loading that up if it's not already up. And I didn't call. And I paid to have my voice tested by the guy who did the sound for Carl Sagan's Cosmos, Kent Gibson. Oh, he's nobody. Using the equipment that was used by our national defense agencies to identify Jihadi John. You know, the British guy that cut everybody's heads off? They only had his voice unmessed with, okay? So naturally it's no good. So the LADA goes out and hires two jokers, Bruce Koenig and Gregorius Catalan, former FBI guys who made their whole career, when you read their background, that they published 9 pages of it. I got it. I'm going to load it up. Saying they're in the middle of developing electronic and bio identification, which I know a hell of a lot about. I'm subscribed to the top stuff. I go on to the worldwide webinars with the top guys in this biometrics, which the FBI just built a 450,000 square foot lab with 100,000 square foot for DOD. Oh, gee, and it doesn't exist. So the LADA paid 2 former FBI a fortune, one from Colorado Springs, who's on the faculty of the University of Denver. Oh, this is going to be fun. And both of them say they're involved in all this international analysis with using electronic voice analysis, but in George Pezzetti's case, it doesn't exist, okay? I was also refused my phone calls in jail for 3 to 5 days each time I'm illegally arrested. The first time my friend didn't know where I was, nobody knew, I just disappeared. And I was never able to call out on my ID or phone. Now, let's get to some fun. Elder abuse in the state of California. Oh, gee. PC 368, right, Mr. Trump? I can use your junk, dude. It's simple, right? Only I have respect for it, so I will put it down here. Under PC 368, let me just read it to you. 3 years if the victim is under 70 years of age, and 5 years if 70 or older. I think that I have a lot of those for them, because those were created by Penal Section Code Section 148.5, filing a false police report. Okay? Now let's have some more fun with these criminal justice guys. Last year, 5/17/17, I think it was. Yeah, that was 5/17/17. I filed a public information request with the LADA. Very detailed. 45 questions or something. They are required to respond by the Brown Act, public records request. That's a 6250 at SEC. Within 10 business days. If they need more time, they have 12 more days by law, and that's it. I'm going to read the response, May 26, 2017. That's 5/26. Dear Mr. Bizzetti, California Public Records Act request. The LADA's office is in receipt of your Public Records Act, PRA, dated and received on May 17, 2017, seeking public information request 6250 et sec. For the LAD portions of your PA request have been admitted but are hereby incorporated by reference. It appears that some of your 20 questions may come within the meaning of a PIRA, as defined by the California Government Code Section 6250 et sec. Accordingly, pursuant to Government Code 6253C, we need additional time, right? I told you about that, for your request to search for and review and potential responsive records and or documents. The additional time is necessary to search for and collect, approximately examine a voluminous amount of separate and distinct records. We'll respond to your request as soon as possible as reasonably practicable. Very truly yours, Jackie Lacey, DA, by Gilbert S. Wright, Deputy District Attorney, Special Assistant of Bureau of Prosecution, Support Operations and Administration. Now, is 8 months later 12 days? And do you know what they said 8 months later? We don't know what none of these laws are. We don't know what to figure out. I don't have the one right here, but I'm going to post it up. So now let's go to some more stupid business. I think I told you I've been refused Medicare, Medi-Cal, illegally because I make too much money for 5 years. This is dated May 1st, 2018. Notice of action, Medi-Cal termination. May 1st, 2018. Notice of action, Medicare Savings Program termination. Dated 11/19/14. Notice of action, Medi-Cal termination. That year, Congresswoman Karen Bass, she got my Medi-Cal back. And I got my money back because they take your money, too. I only get $6.94 a month. They took $136. Want to try living on that, people, huh? Right now, I have $200 a month to live on because of all the extra expenses they've thrown on me, and they're throwing more. I'm going to give you a list of what I have medically to put these people into real trouble with what happens to me maybe tomorrow, because if they throw me in jail, I'm a dead man. I'm on a very special diet, the very highest, free radical killing. I grow a lot of my own food. I drink nothing but reverse osmosis water. I've lost 100 pounds. Gotten off of 7 drugs, prevented 3 operations, and somehow I'm still alive when they've been trying everything known to man, strapping me down, sending me to Division 95 twice, my own attorney saying I'm incompetent, and filed my last appeal saying I'm infirm and saying I filed a per se with a lawyer's signature on it without my permission yet. These people are sick. That's Suzanne Blossom and Mr. Gilman. Huh, you little jokers out there. With Nicole Davis Tinkham, who's never even been in court with a person. Shoved down everybody's throat by the stupid, crooked, all to hell, LA County Board of Supervisors. You go watch the video of me at the Board of Supervisors a little over 3 years ago. The day they're ready to pass the new jail $2.1 billion rehabilitation, and nobody had figured out except for me in 3 hours. Over 10 years and billions on the line and all their consultants up there. The difference in cost per prisoner and square footage per prisoner of the 5 different plans. Even Jackie Lacey came out and backed me up, but they just shut it off. And then they go back and try to pass it last March. Illegally, they get caught. In September, where they got me tied up in more of this litigation, they do it again. Oh, guess who has mens rea or intent, which is necessary for any crime. I have the goods. Why would I do anything illegal? And let's remember, when the former officers of the Office of Public Safety protected the mayor and city hall and other facilities in LA and all the important dignitaries that came into town. For 10 years, they went to everybody in this stupid town. Listen close, people. I'm going to tell you some ugly stuff here tonight. We're just getting started. And for 10 years, no one would help those officers. if you're African American or black. African American or Hispanic, sorry. You could not advance. So in desperation, one of them remembered that one of the guys running that had been fired from Huntington Park because of the work of Core California, and some officers came by the King Bail Bond building, all of you know about there, right next to the police station on MLK Avenue. You know, they got named that because of Celeste III. You can go see his bust up there in a heroes lineup. And I came in and talked to Celeste. Spent maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes with him. Showed him the internal affairs documents. He said, "We're with you." A couple days, the next day or whatever, Celeste and I are out doing a whole bunch of running around, political work. Come back to his office, he says, "I got to make some phone calls." He throws me the file. Internal affairs, right? About this thick. All originals, people. Not black and white copies. Originals. He says, "Read this." He gets off the phone. I says, "Why, you son of a bitch. You knew what you're doing, didn't you?" And he starts laughing. I said, "I'm in. Let's go." So I spent about 3 to 4 months, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, putting all these files together for us to use. And when I was done, Celeste set up some really secret private meetings with city council people, Like, we had a private parking space underneath City Hall so nobody'd know what we were doing. Our names are on the list. Hey, drive on in, Celeste. Of course, everybody knew them there everywhere anyway. And at the Board of Supervisors, like we're pretty known, you know, after 28 years doing this. 45 years of civil rights for me, and 117 years for the King family, so that's what, 162, 167, someplace in there. Minor amount of work, you know, that we have. We eliminated that Office of Public Safety, and I still have those internal memos. Okay, let's go back to my case for some more fun here. Oh, gee, all you prosecutors and so-called defense attorneys and judges. Yeah, judges, because you guys are doing the trash work. I'm going to list them all here. This is Tom Carter's email with, "Oh, everybody who's accusing me's name on it. And oh, here's another one. I have hundreds of those suckers. Oh, let's have some more fun." First, I got to do this because I'm going to tell you why. So you don't think I'm fooling you. This is an overview of the LASD General Fund budget 2015-16 done 2/28/18. I might be the nation's expert in reading of budgets. My friend I live with is seeing me drunk pull a school budget down, so drunk I can't stand up. We did it one night for fun. Picked a school district in the United States, had all the basics in 10 minutes. So, what they really used to convict me is I called them the criminal school board, and go up to Fraudbuster videos and over to George Bazzetti YouTube and watch me at the 12, 17, 13, just days before I'm supposed to call them all these names, and watch what I say. In 1998-99, well, I'm going to go to the best year. 2001-2002, there was an enrollment. That's how many say they're going to sign up. 735,058. There's the average daily attendance, 88. That's how many come. That's what you get paid on. Remember that number. 720, 175. So the kids that said they were coming to school and didn't come was short $14,883. With the revenue at $77.83 and only $14,000, they didn't lose much revenue. I don't have that number, okay? No, I do have the number. $115,834,389. Okay, that's a precise number. We're going to go at random. In 2005 and 6, at 727,000 enrollment and 727,319 enrollment, an ADA of 683,796. They're now up to 43,523 who don't come. And in a percentage, that's up from 2.02% to 5.98 or 6%, okay? 3 times more in 5 years. We're going to go to 2910. 671,088 enrollment, 576,700 ADA. Now there's 94,388 or 14.06%. Damn, in 3 years it tripled. A little under tripled, okay? Now, let's go to 1213. 655,159 enrollment, 534,159 ADA, 121,335, or 19% don't come to school every day. They lost $1.288 billion, people. Now, 1516. I'm going to give you the numbers. Total revenue. That's LCFF, state revenue, federal revenue, other state revenue, and local revenue. Don't listen to this crap these guys tell you all the time. That's total revenue. $6,951,500,000 in 1516. These are the important numbers. Certificated salaries, that's teachers, or people that need to have a teacher's license to be in the school operating. They don't all teach, and we need it that way. So don't think there's something wrong that all certificated are not teachers. That's $2.931 billion, or 40% of all the revenue. Classified, that's all the backup people. Your bus drivers, your people that do the food for them in the cafeteria, all the people that clean the schools, who maintain the schools. You don't have a school without these people. People, come on, let's get real. That's $976.7 million, or 14% of the entire budget of the district. A little under one classified per certificated, okay? 14 would be 42%. So it's almost at a third. Now here's another big one. Here's the real employee benefits for that year. $1.925 billion, or 26% of the entire budget. Services is $824 million, 11%. Books and supplies, that's where you play games. $570.28%. 40 plus 14 is 54, plus 26 is 80. When you have 80% of your budget going to employees and wages and benefits, the district was at 88%. They said they couldn't maintain. They're right, they couldn't maintain. They drop it to 80. They say, oh God, we're out of money, we're running out. Bull. You can't steal employees' wages and benefits, only contracts and school construction bonds. Now, let's tell you, they have employees are 59,823, 26,827 teachers, 6,626 certified. Let me see what's on the next page. Classified 26,370. Title I of 75.73%. And you got special education of a total of 83,915. Now you know why they hate me. So there's things called recusal of judge. I talked to you about that at 170.6. Now here's the big one. Section 1424. There's a two-part test, whether there is a conflict of interest, and that's number one, and two, whether the conflict is so severe as to disqualify the district attorney from acting. That's People versus Bryant and Smith versus Smith and Wheeler. Section 1424 standards are prophylactic citation and are designed to prevent potential constitutional violence from occurring. People versus Trin, T-R-I-N-H. Trin and Haraguchi. Pre-trial recusal prevents conflict of interest could lead to reversals. If a defendant's, I'm quoting from Section 1424 discussion. If a defendant seeks to recuse an entire office, record must demonstrate that the conduct of any deputy district attorney assigned to the case or the office as a whole will likely be influenced by the personal interest of the district attorney or an employee. Recusal of an entire prosecutorial office is in a disfavored, drastic remedy, and there must be no other alternative available. People versus Kennedy, 2009. We uniformly have held that a motion to recuse is directed to the sound discretion of the trial court, and its decision to deny or grant the motion is used only for an abuse of discretion. So I'm going to be filing that stuff. And everybody's going to be shocked. It's just not going to be on the DA. Or the city attorney. Or the public defender's office. Or the superior court. Or the appeals court. It's on all of them. Let me turn on this screen again and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to read you the list of the proof. This is the list of all lawbreakers, judges who have broken my rights for exculpatory evidence and having the case immediately dismissed for no phone calls for 3 to 5 days, not 3 hours. That's Carlo versus City of Chino for all you fools. And I'm going to take you all down with City of San Jose versus Superior Court, which gives me access to your personal cell phones every time you use them for political government business. Oh, I know you don't know this case even though I gave it to you. So the judges are Gregorio Roman, Upinder Kalra, Rupa S. Goswami. She is a Brown appointee. Shelley Torrialba, presiding judge of East LA. Serena Murillo, sent in to destroy me because all of a sudden they changed the prosecutor and give me Esther Chamorro, who twice sends me to Division 95 because I'm crazy because I want my exculpatory evidence. And by the way, on pages 13 and 14 of the case summary you can see up on Fraudbuster, it's court-ordered and AB 1909 demanded, which means each one of these judges was to have put the prosecutor in prison for 3.5 years with a felony and send their license to the state bar if they don't immediately produce the exculpatory evidence, which is what I'm going to call for tomorrow, people, and that's why I might end up being thrown away. So, we got Serena Murillo, Keith Bourgeon, Beverly Bourne, and Henry Bolillo, the trial judge, who let me go to trial without the exculpatory evidence, and they took away the subpoena for Tom Carter and never told me. Yeah, and I needed him. Now let's go to the prosecutors. LADA, illegal to prosecute misdemeanors. These are filed as misdemeanors, not felonies. Dennis Schmidt, Anna Kumi-Thomas brought in with Serena Murillo and Esther Chamorro to destroy me. All at once, suddenly, it's Division 95. Then trial. Oh, and go look up who his dad is. And the connections with Jackie Lacey. Jeremy Davis. That's the end of what? That's the end of the Superior Court, the LADA. Now, public defenders. Catherine DeGovia, Kayvon Shakiri, Esther Chamorro. Then we have Mr. Dittman. We have Suzanne Blossom, who does this while she's having a baby. On 420, they gave me another crazy lady who refused to do anything and pulled the documents out of my hand. To this day, I don't even know what the hell I'm going in on. How would you all like that? With your blood pressure jumping 50, 60 points and your sugar maybe up to 80 a day. Because I've had it with this shit. Then we have appeals court judges. Yes! Oh, I forgot these guys. Eric Victor Munoz, another public defender attorney, and Jerry Sines, total losers, who said, I have no appealable stuff when I have the best shit there is. And let's not forget another judge, Patty McKay. That's, let me count them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 Superior Court judges. Add the one on 420, 10 in a row. Breaking the law. Oh. 1424 comes from the Orange County case, People versus Deck Rye. That's the guy that killed 8 women in a hair parlor down there. He pled guilty. He's in the trial phase. Orange County is so dirty that the People versus Deck Rye, the California Supreme Court decision, decided that the Orange County office was the Orange County District Attorney's office was so completely dirty through and through that they had no right to have anything to do with the prosecution of that case anymore. So they asked LADA. They're thrown out because they're so dirty. Now I got the DA prosecuting thousands of people, including me, illegally. Dirty? This is actually... Since stupid Beck and them, Soberov, I hope you're listening, bitch. When you loaded that fucking video to the web to be played at 1 o'clock that day, 2.5 hours after we left for your closed session at 10:30, remember Cinco de Mayo, dude, huh? You people are so arrogant and crazy. If you think I'm crazy smart. But I follow the law. There's no decorum rules in this. Ask Holmquist. I have the same page as 7 pages of the case law. Okay. You upload it. The minute you put it to the web, listen carefully, all of you out there, and especially the public. It's now federal interstate commerce out everywhere. It crossed state lines, right? It's a PC 132 in California. That's a felony with no statute of limitations for changing or erasing a government document. They did both. That means Chief Beck and the entire police commission and anybody who had any participation knowingly in this should be arrested immediately. It's on video. When they do that, because it's a government agency with corruption, just inside of that agency makes it a federal Hobbs Act violation. That's government corruption. When they do it with other agencies and inside of themselves, even by themselves, it's also organized crime RICO. When they combine it with other governmental agencies, including local and state, they're definitely RICO. Now, I don't know what's so hard to understand for everybody, except there's so many asses on the line. And they threw me in that Twin Towers twice. I saved a man. They named me OG of OGs for saving the town. They named me Ben Franklin, the genius. I mean, I did nothing but teach people law and how to stay out of trouble in the jail. And And let me tell you something, I was put into the medical psych ward, and they wake everybody up at 4:30 in the morning to check our blood sugar, you know. And then they almost killed me in there because they wanted to give me blood sugar and lowering medication when I was 60, going down like today. I was 137 yesterday, 60 this morning. I'm gonna die. But I will not stop. You've killed my friends. You've put me to hell. Celeste King the Force said to me, George, you really need to go to jail so you can get some empathy for the prisoners. I said, oh, Celeste, you're out of your mind. You don't know what you're talking about. Wrong. Jeez, I love you. I'm going to fight to my last breath for everybody that's downtrodden. Now, if you like to go cause mayhem, I got no empathy from you, but you still need to be treated as a human being. Midnight, the last night I'm in that medical psych ward before Gene bailed me out. They move us at midnight. Well, you got to bend over, spread your ass and all that shit with the guys with the guns and all that shit. To the new rehab ones. Of course, I got to tell you this part. The day before, they stupidly take me out, mistakenly, while the stupid big wheel sheriff woman is down there with her little toadies with her things, inspecting the so-called rehabs that I work to stop, because I work with Baca for 6 years to fix this mess. I got maybe 20 bills with my name be working on them. We're going to be loading that shit up. For good. We were invited to be members of the Citizens Advisory Board for Sheriff Baca. I know all the top dogs. I'm the only person that recorded the meetings of the former and this current piece of trash one. Everybody has reason to hose me because of their crookedness. So, geez. I had some of you guys, heroin addicts and Van Nuys, man, were ready to rip my head off, brothers. At the last minute, just before they did it, they went, wow, you're fucking for real, dude. The guy stripped to his skivvies to show me his abscesses from his neck to his toes, down his arms. 25 gave his kid to his parents. And you people won't deal with this. I had them in there beg me. They said, George, we know who you are. They'll listen to you. They won't listen to us. Please help us stop this. I sent them 100 pages of law. Opened up a P.O. box so they could communicate with me and I could help them. And not know where I live. 7 weeks later you send it back going, we don't know who the hell they are. I still have it unopened. So tomorrow, I go into court with a fucking attorney that won't respond or tell me nothing. With an illegal prosecutor that said for 5 years, because now it's the city attorney, Mike Fury, that pig. Oh, because Tamar Galachin's one of us. We have a conflicts of interest, but now they don't. And I call the city attorney's office to see who the attorney was. She gives me a woman's name. There was no woman there. It was a young dude with pudgy pink skin and light hair, a dude. You guys can't keep anything together, and I got the proof. No wonder you're scared to death and can't respond, right? Sarah? Mike? Jackie? Judges? You talk about my attitude? I'm trying to save lives here. You're killing everybody. getting dark, and luckily it's still recording, so I'm going to go in. And load it up. I get like this when I think of all those dead people and my responsibility to stop you crooks and help all you G's and anybody who's been oppressed. Male, woman, I don't give a damn who you are. You're human beings, and if you acted like a human being, you deserve to be treated like a human being. And even if you didn't because you didn't know what you were doing, you still deserve to be treated like a human being. Or we are worthless. And when you can't treat your own, you can't treat them in other countries. Look what we're doing across this planet. We're destroying ourselves, people. And if they're going to take me so far medically that I can't come back and whatever they're going to do, then what the fuck, you know? Talk to you later.